progressivism is incompatible with the gospel because it throws the Ten Commandments completely outside, tosses it asunder. I think it's interesting in this time, because of what happened with Charlie, that people are having this aha moment. Third-wayism, this what was called or referred to as cultural engagement, Christian cultural engagement. It became a Trojan horse to get leftist politics into the main of conservative evangelicalism.
Well, I would call third wayism what I'm a Southern Baptist, and we had a conservative resurgence in the Southern Baptist Convention in the late 70s and 80s, and we did a lot of good things to turn our denomination. Southern Baptists were drifting like most organizations drift left. Universities typically drift left. And yet we were able to turn it around. And so we were viewed, those of us who are part of it. I was a young gun conservative in those days as a pastor. Dr. Jerry Falwell was a big part of our lives. And eventually Dr. Falwell united with Southern Baptists because we were able to turn our institutions around and so on. But the group that opposed us, the establishment group really in the SBC, in those days, denominationalists and others, and many pastors, began to call themselves moderates. And is a lot the same thing. Okay, we're not liberal. We're not fundamentalists like you are over here. We're not fundamentalists. We're not even. We're in the middle. And I think trying to stay in the middle on this is lukewarmness, is lameness. Again, back to your cowboy boots. We say here in Texas, the only thing on the highway in the middle is a yellow stripe. And a lot of people have a yellow stripe where their backbones should be. And we need courage and courageous. What did Paul say in Galatians 1? He said, if I please men, then I'm no longer the servant of God. So I know, to speak practically, every pastor has to contextualize the city where you are, the community where you are, and the ministries and the mission of your church. That certainly is important for every church. A church in Detroit is different than this church in the heart of Texas. Although Texas is, yes, it's very conservative, but there are plenty of liberals and progressives and unbelievers in our region as well. But clearly, look, our church here in North Texas is different than downtown Dallas even. Mm-hmm. So churches have to be willing to do all things, as Paul said, to reach all people. And no one wants to diminish the witness of their church and their community, because ultimately to fulfill the Great Commission is our goal. But what is the Great Commission? It is to reach people and then to teach people. And so teaching people God's word and standing for truth